guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're yet to subscribe, click on the subscribe button. So let's get real. Unanswered questions about me. Like, there's so many questions that has been raised, that has been asked, which has not been attended to for a while now. But I've actually chosen a day like this to attend to all of the questions. So I'd like to start by introducing myself. I'm Eitayo Eyumi Esther by name. My name is Eyumi Esther. My surname is Eitayo because that kind of confuses people sometimes. So I'm from the family of 6, a father, mother, and 4 children. I'm the second child. I have an elder sister and 2 younger sisters. Actually, I was born in Oyo Town, raised here, and live 20 years of my life, right? 20 years of my life in Oyo, straight up primary school, secondary school, and here my Nigeria College University, Oyo State. Oh, so it's not funny joke. Well, anyways, I'm proud of it. That's just it. Yeah, unanswered questions. So I'll take it one after the other. Actually, a whole lot of questions were raised, and some of the questions are kind of similar. So, and those ones that are similar, I just try to sum it up and put it together, like kind of. So I will attend to the questions. I think I have 12 questions here, and I would like to start with the first one. The first question says, since when did you start writing? Actually, I can place it because I had this passion for writing at a very tender age. There are times I put my thoughts into writing, how I feel at the moment, and so many things. I just try to gather them together and pen it down. And I discovered every time I try and write something down, I feel good. Like when I go back to check it, like I feel relieved. Like I just feel like I just helped myself in like kind of putting down a burden or something. I feel good around writing. That's just the summary of it all. But the real thing started in 2018 when a lecturer came from Benson Idausa University for his sabbatical in my school, and that was Dr. Hobo, now a professor. He was taking us newspaper and magazine production, and he told us then that he was going to group us, which he did. He grouped us, and in my group we had to produce a magazine. So the work that was given to me by my group leader was to write on relationship. Wow. And I'm like, okay, because like in the magazine we have interview, a real life experience, adventure, and many things. So giving me to write on relationship, I actually did not see it as a big deal. But she just told me, she was like, Esther, I know you can do it, and trust me, I believe myself. I'm like, okay, I can. So actually it took me days, but I had to sit down to come up with something reasonable and something that will actually get the attention of the readers. I came up with and had to go, I tagged a relationship without scar. Trust me, after putting it down, I had to like go back to that work, and I was like, really, I did this. I never know the work will actually come out well, but then it was a very beautiful work. And in the process of writing that, I actually, some ideas came up along the line, and I see the need to actually work on my writing skills. I know I loved writing, I know I feel good around it, but I was really not working on it. I have some uncompleted works, funny enough, like a topic would just come to mind, then I will start it, I won't complete it, and many things like that. So from there, that was where the real thing started, November 2018 to be precise. So I started my writing, and I started working more on it, so something good and beautiful can come out. And after then, I spoke with someone who actually encouraged me more about it, and that was how I was able to have a blog, a motivational blog, where I put my articles and some of my videos. So that was how the writing started actually. The second question says, what made you come out as a writer and motivational speaker? That's another deal actually. There's some things in life, like I believe things happen for certain reasons, and you meet some people for certain reasons. I won't lie to you that for the past few years, I've met some people who I can say they've seen life. They know what this life is really about. They know like the real life. Some people just see like a glimpse and they be like, oh, life. Like, oh no, like it's really more than that. What encouraged me more actually in my writing and speaking is an occurrence that happened. So that was in 2017. Actually 2018. I met these 2 ladies who told me a whole lot about themselves, and their story was actually similar. Trust me, like they told me, and I knew this one's like they've really been through it all, and they're still standing strong. That day I was actually thinking about it, that for someone to come out to me and tell me what she was telling me, to just one person in her family who knows about it, like And I believe that if people can come out to tell you things, like, it's a privilege you shouldn't take for granted. She told me a whole lot, and she cried, and all I could do was just think about myself that, oh no, you can encourage someone and do this for someone, you can do something better. Because the truth of the matter is that apart from them, I've met a whole lot of people with different stories and many, but the truth of the matter is that some people need some sincere words, because there's some words that stirs something up in you. Trust me, there's some words that when you hear it, it calms you down and reassures you of a greater future. And all I could do with them that day was just to talk to them differently, though, but I said their story was similar. So that was what encouraged me, and I say no, like, I won't stop. I need to work towards this come 2019. And that was when the real writing and motivational speaking started. So that was what made me come out. It was these two girls that actually encouraged me to like come out, because I know there are more people like them in the world who need to see my writings and also probably listen or watch my videos. So the third question says, how have you been able to stay consistent with your writings? To be sincere, it has really not been easy. That's the truth of the matter. You need to see my last video. That's kickstart with determination. I believe before you can be consistent, you must be truly and sincerely determined. Like, determination doesn't just happen. Like, you're prepared, you've made up your mind that come what may. Like, you want to do this thing, you want to get this thing, you have to get it. And like I said it in that video that until you get it, you're not resting. That is determination. That's the power of determination. I can recall when the person who built my blog built it for me, he told me something. He said, be ready for this. And he said, are you really sure you are ready for this? See, I had a blog, and the blog was launched. That was when the reality hits me that really, like, I have to be ready, because now every Monday I post on my blog, and I know it's a responsibility. I can't even run from it, because I believe souls are tied to it. That's the truth. So I have to be consistent with my writing. Most times I write on Friday, I edit during the weekend, as on Saturday, Sunday, blah blah. So by Monday, as much as possible, I try and post on the blog. So that's the consistency we're talking about. It's not about posting this week and I'm off next week. In fact, sometimes if I don't post in time, like, there's some people who get to me and tell me, Mama, how far you've not posted today, we've been waiting for it, and many things like that. So the consistency, it has really not been easy. I have to be sincere. Like, being consistent, like, is like paying a price for this. Like, I have to sacrifice some things just to make sure I get the work done. That's just it. So being consistent, it has really not been easy. It's a deal on its own. Another question says, wow, are you in a relationship or not? I can't even count the people, like the number of people who asked this question. Like, I was surprised. I won't lie. I don't know. I'm like, why is everybody after me? But really, it's a no. I'm not in a relationship. And from those people who had, someone said, if yes, how have you been able to undo it with so much responsibility? I know, right? Being a student, being a blogger, and handling a relationship. To me, I feel relationship is a big task. Why? Because it's like putting the luggage of another person, adding it to your own luggage and all of that. Then it takes time to manage another person, to care for another person, to care for the welfare of another person. It's just like upkeeping a big deal on its own, in the sense that, oh no, it's not only me today, like, I have to look after this person as well and all of that. And I feel relationship is just as it is a ship. Like, it's a journey, and you don't just have to fail it. You're just getting in and out. Like, it's for people who are matured for it, mentally matured for it, emotionally matured for it, and anything you can say about that. But it's a no. I'm not in a relationship, because managing a relationship with everything on ground, I feel it's not so easy. Actually, when the time is right, I can always go for it. But as of now, I'm still students. Like, having the thought of that and everything, I feel it can spoil a lot. Let me tell you, because I'm a very emotional person. So, like, if something from my relationship should affect me, it will completely affect every other thing about me. That's just the truth. So I have to set my priorities right, because in a few months I'll be done with school. Then I can attend to some other things. I'm not saying relationship is the next after school or something, but then I know you get it. So another question is, how do you cope with being a blogger and a student? I know, right? Okay, being a blogger, being a student. See, let's be frank, eh? It's not easy. It's not easy. The mindset, I feel the reason I said I've been hungry for right, and I just find my way around it, in the sense that, like, even though if I'm thinking of something, I write. If I'm feeling this way, I write this and that. Okay, fine. But the truth of the matter is that blogging and studying, like, it really doesn't go together, because school is a course on its own, then blog is another deal on its own. How do I attend to both? The answer I can give is that I have to prioritize everything. Like I said earlier, I have to draw a plan of, okay, from Monday to Friday I'll be in school. On Friday afternoon or evening I'll be free. But good for me this semester, I don't have classes on Friday, and the plan from the beginning of the year is to be writing every Friday. Then I'll be posting on my blog every Monday. So really, being in school and blogging, it's not really easy. Let me tell you why. Because most of the time, I know there's a lot to do in school. Maybe I have assignments to even attend to. I have to be in the lecture room. I have to do this. I have to do that. Then I come back stressed. And I could recall when I was writing my exams in January, so people actually asked me that, after your blog, what will you do about it? And I was like, don't worry, you'll be seeing my post every Monday. Because sometimes when I'm writing my exams, I try as much as possible to go off social media, because trust me, your phone can really get your attention and it can distract you from a whole lot of things. So I feel like most of the time when I'm online, like, I won't be able to do some important things I have to do. So how do I go about it that time? I was just thinking about it, so I'm like, okay, I'll just do the writing. Once it's Monday morning, like early in the morning, I quickly go online, then post. Trust me, I did not know it would really work. At a point, I was just like, maybe throughout the exam period, I won't post at all. But I tried as much as possible. Then I can take you back to the word I said earlier, that consistency and determination. Like, I was determined to do this thing. I was really ready for it. When I saw my results, coming back to school, and I saw my results, I was very happy. Like, I was happy with myself. Why? Because I feel those times I was actually having probably a paper before the day I will post and everything, like, I have to like divert my attention a little, but then I was being careful so it won't affect what is on ground. Like, my study is the primary assignment, like, not the blog. But it has not really been easy, but like, I just have to like prioritize my time, give the time that is meant for my studies to my studies, and the time for the blogging to the blog. Question 6 says, what is your greatest challenge so far as a blogger? So far, I think my greatest challenge was the time my blog was hacked. Trust me, normally on hearing that the blog was hacked, like, I would be very troubled or probably tear up and cry and many. But that day, I was just smiling. I don't even know what came over me. I'm like, who's the person that blogged this blog now? When did we start? How far? Where's the attack coming from? Something like that. But I think that was the greatest challenge, because I was concerned that, oh no, like, and I could recall then I was writing on the power of a girl child. So okay, I started with the travels of the girl child. So the first series came out, the second one, then the last day, I mean, like, the day I was to post the power of the girl child was the day we discovered the blog was hacked. So like, this person had to help me do a whole lot on the blog, and I was just calling him, how far have you gone, how far about it, hope it's working out and everything. I mean, like, that was my greatest challenge, because some people, I actually had to like post it on social media, on my WhatsApp actually. My WhatsApp status are actually for, because I know some people will have been trying to access it, but they were unable to do that because it was hacked. So I just had to apologize for that. But I was kind of worried, but not really worried. But on now, normal, like, I should be worried, and I was actually worried. But everything worked out like in few days. In a few days, everything was settled. So that's why I would actually call my greatest challenge with the blog so far. Another question says, have you ever thought of folding up your blog? Were you frustrated at any point? Not really. I've never thought of it. I said something the other time that this person who built my blog is a very close friend, very, very close person to me, and he told me that time, he said, be ready for this. He said the blog is not just for decoration, like, it's not just meant to be there. Feed people with what they want, and I know you have the potential, like, just put in your best. I've been trying to put my best into the blog. That is the truth of the matter. So I've never thought of folding up the blog, and there's no much frustration, even though there are little frustrations, trust me. You know, I said it earlier, there are some days like I'll just go blank. I don't even know what to write on. I just think of it that, wow, what can I just feed these people with? Like, what will get the attention of these people? What can I write on? Like, what will make sense? Like, that's it. Because I think that's the main thing, that's what the priority should be. And sometimes I just feel, oh, the best I can just give is just write this. And the little frustration is that sometimes I've written a whole article and it's not to my taste. I'll just neglect it and I just let me start over and write something. I think the same happened to me last week actually. Like, I wrote something else to post on Monday, Then on Sunday I was thinking of writing something different. Like it happens sometimes like that, but there's no much frustration. I think there's no much frustration. I think everything is still based on determination, because like I'm determined to do this. And I said it also earlier that I feel souls are tied to it. There are days I write and people like be like, yes, so did you read my mind? Like this is just what I'm going through presently. Like many things like that. And I think the replies, the comments, and the accolades, like they give me good morale, like even to do better and to work more on the blog, which I've always been doing as a matter of fact. Another question says, do you have a day-to-day challenge, or a challenge which is persistent? The day-to-day challenge is not really day-to-day. Let me just call it weekly. But this was how the question was sent to me. It's not really a day-to-day challenge. Let me just say a weekly challenge, because I post weekly, and the challenge is editing. I have an uncle who edits for me, and one other friend. That one is always running away from responsibility. All in the name of, I'm not a pro. I'm just, but then like when he edits for me, like I'm still satisfied. And the reason why I enjoy someone else editing for me is that I feel no perfect person, and like no flawless writing, like no flawless writing. Like there's always a mistake or the other. So I feel I can even go through it how many times, but I won't say that something is missing. But if someone else should go through it, the person will be able to see it and correct the mistake. So that's the real challenge. Sometimes I'm not exaggerating. I have to go through my article more than 30 times just to be sure it's error free, something like that. You understand? So it's that serious, and low key can be frustrating. Trust me. Going through, I just want to be sure. Hope it's flawless. Hope there's no. Oh no, that's the issue. I can recall that last week or this week, right? This week Monday, when I posted, I actually went through it a number of times, and before I finally posted. When I posted, I went through it again. I found out there was an error. So like I tried to correct it. Then I read through it again. I saw a wrong spelling at a point in one of the paragraph. I corrected that as well. So what happened later on Tuesday was me going through the article again, and trust me, I was still looking out for like there should be one mistake. Instead, like there was one thing I wrote which I was actually meant to pluralize, but I did not. So like those are the things, like that's the real challenge I have to go through, because it's not, see, trust me, I'm not looking for perfection, because life is not even about perfection. It's just about doing the right thing the right way, because things can be right, but not everything can be made perfect. That's the truth of the matter. So I was just trying to be like, okay, I think that's just the real challenge. Editing, that's just the real challenge. Editing and trying to make sure I post at the right time. Another question says, why do you take time, particularly about relationship? So like I was confused with this question, but I had to like walk up to the person who sent the question to me. So when the person explained, I could actually link it to some other questions. So I just sum it up like as one, because some people also asked something relating to this. Say, why do you take your time, particularly about relationship? Okay, let me say every queen deserves a king, and I can't settle for something less. I'm a queen. So actually I'm not looking for the perfect person, but I'm looking out for the purpose partner, because I always say something that I celebrate my singlehood. I'm proud of it. Trust me, I'm proud. I'm super proud of it, because I know most of the time those who rush into relationship, they rush out, definitely. But I take my time, because I know when the time is perfect, like things will fall into place. Relating to this question, someone also asks that how do I deal with proposals and everything. Guys will always come sure, but then like we just have to take precautions. I know what we are doing, like that's just it. But I think I'm not on the lookout. I'm someone who is not hungry for a relationship. It's not pride, but I don't know how best to put this. But the point is still that every queen deserves a king. So like, and I can't settle for something less. So like I'm looking out for a purpose partner, someone I can fulfill with, someone I can build a future with. I'm looking out for a boyfriend. No, I don't need one. A fiance. Like this is the future. Future is near. Say the future is coming, or the future is very near. The future is very, very near and very close by. So I think I take my time, because I feel relationship leads to marriage. It's not just playing along or flirting or something. Like I'm talking about serious minded people now, like people who are really ready for a relationship. And I feel every relationship comes with a price, because you have to give this person time, you have to give this person attention. But I feel when you are single, like you can face life, fulfill purpose, and make every, like, it's a time that you can just, it's a time you should maximize well for yourself, because the time will come that it's no longer you alone. Like, you can actually make your own decisions, but someone will be there to like partner with you and agree with you that, okay, this you're doing is really making sense, okay, you can go ahead with this, like, this is really nice, yes, I know. But then I take my time, because I know it's a big responsibility to be someone's wife, someone's daughter, a sister to someone, a partner to someone, and name is like you're everything to one man. It's a real big, really sorry, it's a real big responsibility. So I feel I have no way I'm rushing to, actually. So that's why I take my time. That's why I take my time. That's why I take my time. So because we build queens and kings in this kingdom, so we are kings and queens. So I can't just say, oh, let me just go for anyhow person. No, it's not done that way. My heart is on reserve for the right person who wants me. Okay. The next question says, what did you miss the most since you started blogging, or what have you sacrificed for your blog? Hey, my sleep. Oh no, my sleep. I'm not lie. So sometimes I'm pained. This is the truth. I'm pained. Do you know the reason why I'm pained? Because I cannot sleep my sleep. Sometimes I want to sleep, but I know that no, Mama, you have something to attend to. You've not written anything this week, and today is Friday. Like, Friday was not go. You have to write something. Okay, let me just start it on Friday. Let me complete it on Saturday. But then this is the time I say, okay, can I just sleep? But deep down, I know I cannot sleep. That's because it's not even good on me. Like, I'm like, I miss my sleep. Some people can testify and attest to the fact that if you call me, especially when I'm on break, when I'm at home, they call me, hello, hello, what are you doing? I'm sleeping. I'm not ashamed of saying, because it's not a crime. Not like I sleep. So if I sleep today, I think I should be bigger than this right now. But like, I think what I sacrifice most for my blog is my sleep. Like, because there's sometimes everybody's asleep and I'm awake. Why? Because she's a blogger. She has to write this. She has to write that. And sometimes, I just sit and think about life. And in the midst of the thought, something to write just come. To be sincere, Holy Spirit is the source of all the inspiration. Like, he's the man behind the scene. But then, for those who know, the motto of my blog, a Easter motivation, is pursue your passion. I'm pursuing my passion. Because my pursuing is grammar. Pursue your passion, right? Is it pursue your passion? Anyways, but then I think I'm running my passion. See, when saying that, okay, I'm pained because I feel I should be sleeping, but deep down I'm happy. I'm feeling this aspect of writing, because at least to some extent, it's not about just the inspiration that the writing brings to people, but also they read it and they are blessed. I said souls are tied to it. That's why I can't even sleep sometimes. I know someone is waiting for this thing you are writing, so just stand up from that bed and start doing something. So that's the real deal. I'm happy I'm paying the price. I'm happy I'm paying the price, because I know directly, indirectly, the reward will come. I was telling someone my blog is not monetized. This to me that has to like pay a lot of subscription, use a lot of data to gather information and be sure of the facts and figures behind what I'm writing about, and so many things. Like, there are times even when it's uneasy, I just have to squeeze myself, like, just to make sure I do this thing. Consistency, determination, remember. So that's the real deal. So it's my sleep. My sleep is the main thing. Then probably some substance that I have to put into the writing. I think that's the real thing. So there are times I've, like, on a normal day when I was not a blogger, like, I'll be sleeping, but I feel like this blogging of everything has kept me awake on different occasions when I've just been awake, just to get things done, so the blog can make more sense, something like that. Another question says, how have you been able to make progress? Well, when I saw this question, like, I had to have a rethink. How have you been able to make progress? Mainly with the blog too, according to the person. We've talked about consistency. We've talked about determination along the line. I think that answer a little part of it, but not all. I would say making progress in life comes with a lot of sacrifice as well. See, one thing I do, I'm not ashamed of my mistakes. I believe that failure is not an opposite of success. It's part of success. When I make mistakes, I'm happy, because like that gives me an assurance assurance of something meaningful coming out of what I'm doing. Trust me. Like when I make mistakes, I'm not really, I'm on the verge of like something beautiful is coming out of what I'm doing. Like that's the assurance. Like that gives me so much assurance. It gives me so much assurance. So really, I think the best way to make progress is not being ashamed of your mistakes. Embrace your mistakes. Embrace your errors. Now I said like no perfect human, no perfect person, and nothing comes at the platter of gold. Like you must sacrifice something for something meaningful. Something meaningful is coming out. Like you have to sacrifice one thing or the other for that thing. So making progress, you have to embrace mistakes. And you don't really have to stay conscious of it. Not like you're conscious of, oh, what if I make mistake? No, like you can find yourself like getting tired easily that this mistake is coming. But let your mistakes, like let it encourage you to like stay well with yourself, put yourself together, then allow something good like to come out of you in the mistakes. I think that's like the best and the main way to make progress in life. Like you have to sacrifice a lot, embrace your mistakes, like embrace your mistakes, take it as a come, you get. So like that's really the best way. I can't really remember the person who asked this question. So and I know you can see this on the screen already, so like let me not talk about it because I don't have an answer for this person. And the very last question, the person said, from the last article, I was inspired and really thought, how can I keep winning? Okay, the last article was weapons of war. Trust me, I've been there, and that was why I wrote about it. I've been there. You know, going through this world, see many things happen. What I just believe is that what happened to me has happened to someone before, or is even happening to someone else presently. Trust me, like that is my belief about this. I believe what I'm going through, like I'm not going through it alone. Some people have been there and they survived it, and that is why I just became. You know, I said the topic for the article came up sometimes in January when I was having a discussion with someone. Trust me, weapons of war, like you just have to fight. You know, like there are some things that comes your way. Like if you don't take your stand, it won't kill you, but you kill yourself because what you're scared of it. But it is that time that you need your weapons and you have to stand strong and fight. There's some things that should not take you over. There's some things that must not win you. Like you just have to win by all cost. Like you have to pay the price. You have to pay the price. They said, how can you keep winning? If you want to win, you have to be ready to lose. Someone was telling me something in relation to the article on Monday. I think the person sent a message on Wednesday about that you don't begin to master your weapons when you get to the war. You have to be familiar with the weapons you're using or you want to use. Like you have to be familiar with it. It's just like me holding a knife and I don't know, wow, the knife is close by. Just like me holding a knife, like this a knife, it's for bread, we don't use it to bread leaf. So it's just like me holding a knife and I don't know what the knife is used for. I can decide to cut myself with it probably because I don't know it can harm me. Or possibly, like this is the right place to handle a knife, but I handle it here and honestly it cuts me because like I'm not familiar with it or I don't know the right way or the best way to make use of it. How about that? So this is what we're talking about. Like master your weapons. And if you really want to win, you must learn to lose. See, those winners you see out there, those people who have accomplished, those people who are making waves, or let me say those people who we are seeing as the real example or the role model, they've been through all this that we are going through. Like most of them, they will tell you that they failed more than all their successes. Maybe most of them like was able to succeed in 2 things, but tried 10 things in life, but then they did not give up. If they've given up on themselves, like they wouldn't have come out, like wouldn't have been able to talk about them like we have today. So that is just the truth of the matter. And we have examples of all these people who have gone through and who have been through all of this. A number of them. You can go online and type all these things. Like Google will bring them out for you. You can read about it. You can learn of these people. Like they try as much as possible to contribute immensely to their own society. Like they were able to live in such a way that there's something that can be said of them even now that they are gone. Like that's justice. Be ready to win, to lose. Be ready to lose, even as you're planning to win, because they work hand in hand. They work hand in hand. So you don't have to be tired of fighting and till you win. Like you're not giving up. Tell yourself you're strong enough. Yes, you can do it. See, when I was talking about I miss my sleep the other time, I said there are times like you just have to sit down, wake up and sit down and think about life. Like what am I up to? Because why? Like I think one of the questions that also came up was like, why do I write? I think I don't answer that question. I probably just not important. there's a whole lot of questions. For those people who I can't answer their questions, probably will look into that on another day. But trust me, like I was able to like pick out the crucial ones you get. But the truth of the matter is that why am I writing? Like, what am I writing for? The main reason is that I want somebody to see me. I want someone to look at me and say, because of that girl, like I did not give up. See, these words, they are not just motivations. Like, don't just read it. I think I once said this thing that don't just read. Okay, I put it in my article on my blog that don't just read for reading's sake. Like, don't just read and pass, but read because like you have something to get out of what you are reading. Trust me. Yes, that's how it should be. Because you know that, oh, this reading can actually do something to me. And even in the process of reading, make sure you are getting something that is useful for you and something that you can work with. Exactly, something you can work with. Like, oh, with this, let me put this into this. Maybe this will work out. Just give it a try. Give it more try. Like, you've not tried enough. That's why it seems like some things are not coming out well, or it's not the way you want it. Just give it time to make sense. So thank you so much for watching. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.